Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We are getting extremely stuck into 3.1. How are we enjoying it? I'm enjoying it very much. And I also did end up pulling for Phoebe, by the way. But of course, she's not the only one coming in this patch. There are 2 new characters and there is 1 left. And the next character coming in phase 2 is Brant. So in this video, of course, as I have always done, should you pull for Brant? Well, first of all, he is a fusion 5-star support. He is a sword user. Now that's a point to note. He is a sword user and he takes tide-breaking courage. So he wants a 5-piece tide-breaking courage set. Now, should you pull for him? Well, factor number 1. Do you have Changli or are you planning to get Changli? If you don't, he's a multi-role support. I don't think you can use him as a main DPS. So if you don't have Changli, that's like having a head with no body. Of course, you can always invest into other future fusion units, which is also possible, because his outro does increase fusion and resonant skill damage. So you can use him with other units if they are resonant skill based, however, it's throwing away half of his outro skill if they are also not fusion characters. If you have Changli as a main DPS and then you actually want to make a better, then maybe Brant's a good pull. Of course, that's not all though. His weapon is a cause for concern as well. Now, the reason why his kit is so divisive, if you guys haven't heard, is because he has an energy recommendation of around 280%. Now, tide-breaking courage gives 10 energy regen, 10%. Having both your 3-cost main stats be energy regen, along with 5 energy regen substats on every single one of your echoes, it will actually not be enough for 280 without his weapon. There's only 2 weapons that will work with him, and that's Overture, which is a 4-star sword, or his own. I believe if you do have that echo situation where you've got 5 energy substats and then 2 energy main stats, you should be okay if you have like a max Overture. However, of course, if you want him to do a bit more damage, then you can get his sword, but then that also allows a fusion damage bonus instead of an energy regen main stat on one of the 3-cost echoes. I mean, even to proc the 5-cost ability on tide-breaking courage, it's 250% energy regen. So he's not that free-to-play friendly, just a heads up. Of course, I'm not sure his numbers exactly on how well he is, obviously, if you don't meet specific energy requirements. I know he's probably still going to be quite good for Changli, even if you don't meet them. But of course, if you want to maximize his kit and make every pull worth it, then you will need to get around 250 to 280% energy regen, which of course also factors in should you pull him or not. Because of course, if he has such a high requirement and you don't plan on getting his weapon, and if you don't have Overture, then there might be a problem. Now, of course, there's also another thing to mention, which is just your fusion teams in general. If you have a decent fusion team already, then you maybe could skip. Of course, if you have Changli and I guess more Teffy because he's the only fusion buffer around, if you have them 2 and you're content, then I would say skip. He's a bit of a premium character, kind of how like Rochia is for Camellia in a way. I guess how Zhizha is for Carlotta. I'm assuming they're just going to eventually end up doing like 1 sub DPS of every element type. Of course, another factor in your pulling decision is, do you want any future units? Because we are getting bombarded with units. After Brant goes, we are getting a new Havoc healer, which seems to be another really good one. Now that of course means we might get 3 attacking minded healers in total, with Verena and Shawkeeper of course. So that is very, very good. And of course, Cantarella's design is just absolutely amazing. Honestly, Wuwa does not miss with his designs. And even Brant is pretty good. His kit looks absolutely amazing, like visually. And he's just a pretty funny and charismatic character. Of course, if you like his character that much, who am I to stop you from pulling him? This is of course just a recommendation, as all these videos are. But in my opinion, he's not a must pull at all. He's simply a premium pull, and if you want him that badly, just get him. I'm saving all my money for Cantarella, baby. Right, well, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.